Kenpo should have circles, semicircles, lines, all built in together and interacting. It should have a constant level of destruction and breaking down of the opponent. Something this technique and some of the others do well or illustrate well is the idea that a Kenpo technique beats a guy down, right? We want to compress him as we whoop him so that we end up with a tin can and a pile at our feet, as opposed to someone that we hit and he rocks back, we got to chase him down, and hit him again, he rocks back, we got to chase him down. We want to beat him down. So Kenpo beats people down and crunches them into a pile. It's striking serpent's head. They break it down into a couple of different steps. So you have step one is to like slide your foot back and whip, and as you whip you have, so it's like 1, 2, and they hit the back of the head. Or you'll see guys jumping because they don't know how to do this without hurting their hands. They'll reach around the, try to hit them in the temple. They say, and then 2, reach over the top, grab the eyes. Or some will say reach around the side, grab the eye. Peel them back, and that's number 3, and then 4. So it's this very robotic 1, 2, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the orange belts learn this, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the black belts, they just get faster and faster and faster. They start going 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's still a 4-count component. When we start looking at circles and ellipses and the ability to turn a technique into a single motion, and doing that by the way we pair off ellipses, it's beneficial to think about weapon, target, impact, meaning with the effect that hitting that guy in that place has, attacker's intent, martial postures, and passive travel of the weapons. And I'm going to put this guy down in just a sec. In some of the sword fighting drills, when I get a draw down, it takes a path that comes down and across and out before coming over the top. And that same path is what we're going to do with our body with striking serpent's head to keep from being thrown. It's against a front free bear hug. The arms are free, someone's got their arms wrapped around your chest. Nobody ever just comes up, hugs you that way, and says, gosh, I love you, man. They come, they latch onto you like that because they're going to suplex you. So thrower, you latch onto the guy, and you toss him over your shoulder, try to get him head first into the concrete behind you. My martial posture, if someone's wrapped around me and I go into this trunk flexion, it's easier to suplex me. But what I want to do is not get lobbed over. So the first thing I'm going to do is throw myself back, and as I throw myself back, I'm also going to throw my arm back. Right? So what I want to do when the guy latches around me, I don't do attempt it, I do he's got me. Right? He's got me, he's cinched his grip, and he's going to start tossing me over. Is I want to split my stance, lower my center of gravity, and throw this arm back. This does a couple of things. We're on that sword path, right? It's also an index. If I pop it here, raise it, I have my index for inner palm heel over. The target I'm going to hunt for on the back of the skeleton, the reason I use this guy for this lesson, is the back arch of C1. The very top, if you palpate your head, you'll feel a depression. You can drop down to the bottom of your skull, and it drops in, and that's the posterior arch of C1. That's the first cervical vertebra. We can knock them out, we can break this thing, with all kinds of things we can do. We can just wreak havoc with pain. But that depression, right where it drops from the skull into C1, is what I want to aim for. One of the reasons I want to aim for that, the way the skull sits on C1, it is like rockers on a facet shaped to accept the rockers. So we go like this. We can also induce forward translation. His posture has to go back like this. If I want to break his posture martially, I need to get his posture to come like this. When I do this technique in the air, I practice going like this. And I hit myself on the opposite side pec. And what I'm aiming to do, what I'm fixing to do, is hit this hard enough that I suck his head in, and yank him like this, and basically slam his chin into my chest. Bam! Right? And I use this to suck and pull and break his balance. Same time I come back like this. This turns automatically into this. I'm going to get my fish hook. I'm going to go straight from, it's more of a ridge hand that closes and becomes this knuckle, this inside corner of this knuckle, right into that space. And when I take that space and I start to suck him into my chest, all I have to do is let my hand open and this momentum continues, especially if we've gone back here. And I sucked his body into my chest. Opening my hand and rolling my fingers towards his eye socket will give me this fish hook. And as I get a neck control, I'm also levering this elbow on the back of the spine, so I'm creating this kind of a neck crank and a head turn. I want to get both of these things going at the same time. I'm going to lever him back. I just want to spin his neck. This is going to open up throat, hyoid bone, windpipe. And by this hand that I threw back like this is going to convert into a leopard's paw, but not until the last possible minute. Something we'll be getting to with the Lima Llama tags is weapons hurt more if you don't form them until the moment of impact or the moment just before impact, right? So if I have my palm heel to his face, I don't want to start my palm here like this and go, yeah, right? I want to have this thing be soft and probably have the wrong part of the hand, maybe the fingertips pointing at him. And at the last possible second, convert that to the palm heel of my strike. This flick of the wrist comes from Lima Llama, comes from Kung Fu, comes from a couple of different places, and that same wrist flick action is going to give us better impact at the moment, and it's also going to give us something else that we have, which is other weapon options on retreat, right? I'm going to do the same thing with this leopard paw. So I drop back, I suck his head down into my chest, sink in the eyes, peel this thing back, and when I get that throat exposed, I'm going to push, drag forward, crank him down, so that his position is like this. Here's where I want him. And his head being turned and ripped and yanked and jerked off the side. I'm jerking off the side, that's going to put that Adam's apple right there, and my blow is going to come from over and down, right? So instead of A, B, C, D, right, I want to turn it into A. I can do it in 2 beats. I can go 1, 2, right? I can do it 1. And so I'm going to hit my split, 1. And I don't want to stop until I'm done. So I take my shot. I'm going to take my split, and I'm going to go, I hit myself with that part of that knuckle right in the pack. And this is going to break his posture, drive him down, do this with his head, and I'm just going to convert. Peel that down, invade his space, and all from the moment I get my fish hook in, everything goes down. And this is to keep me, again, from being suplexed. Latches, break his balance, suck the head in, peel this over, and drop it. And this motion here throws enough of my weight away from him that now he's got to figure out how to, how to pick me up when I'm leaning away. And I'm no longer flush to him this way. The spin will turn me sideways in his grip and make it harder to hang on to, which makes it easier to suck the head into the chest. So anyway, long story short, what I want to do is condense it to 1 beat, so instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I want to go, and I have that moment of 1 motion, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4.